Eating outside with friends and family is one of my absolute favourite things to do, and this summer we plan to do it as much as possible. We often think of barbecuing as the most relaxed type of cooking, grilling in flip-flops, beer in hand and hanging out with friends at the same time. But managing the barbecue is far from an easy job. It takes a lot of concentration to make sure that you don't end up with a load of meat that's burnt on the outside and raw on the inside. At barbecues, we often miss out on that special time sat down eating together, as people tend to eat in dribs and drabs whenever the next batch of meat is ready. But it doesn't have to be this way. Watch our top 10 barbecue tips for a feast of smoky flavours which everyone can enjoy together. Tip number 1. Light the barbecue early and then wait until the flames have died down and the coals are white on top and glowing underneath before you start cooking. Tip number 2. Resist the temptation to stand by and constantly poke at the coals. If you're a man, like me, you will find this very hard to do, but you must. Instead, use the time to make salads and sides. Tip number 3. If you're cooking a number of different things, it can be useful to have a hotter side and a cooler side of the barbecue, which allows you to control the cooking temperature, just like you would in a kitchen. This gives you the best chance of ensuring that everything will be ready at roughly the same time. Tip number 4, don't go mad on the meat. It's much nicer to choose 1 or 2 really show-stopping cuts of meat that are good quality, taste great, and go with a range of exciting seasonal vegetables and salads. Who wants the meat sweats anyway? Tip number 5, marinate the meat overnight to infuse it with spices, and then remove the excess just before cooking. This stops it from burning. Tip number 6, if you want a really smoky flavour, then certain cuts of meat, like this beautiful Cote du Boeuf, lend themselves nicely to being cooked straight on the coals. This is known as a dirty steak. Tip number 7, don't forget the vegetables. We think they should be a big part of any barbecue. Tip number 8, cut the vegetables lengthways. This makes them easier to turn and stops them falling down between the grill and burning. Tip number 9, the big mistake people make when barbecuing veg is they soak them in olive oil before cooking them. Don't do it. You will end up with burnt oil and a load of smoke in your eyes. Instead, dry grill them. Once cooked, you can dress them with a good quality olive oil and a little vinegar or lemon juice. Season and then add flavours such as garlic, herbs, chilli, crumbled feta or goat's cheese. And finally, tip number 10, aim for everyone to sit down together at the same time to eat, just like you would any other meal. Then bask in the glory of cooking and eating outside. What could be better? If you'd like to create this lovely spread at home, stay tuned on our social channels for the recipe videos.